Welcome back to Toledo's most fun, local, and positive 9 a.m. show.
There's nothing more fun and local than the Toledo Zoo, let's face it.
Perfect. And there's a big bash this Saturday for this little guy, for Eugene, the newest member of the Toledo Zoo's giraffe herd.
So I recently went behind the scenes at the Toledo Zoo to see what it takes to care for these majestic animals. I have found Joan here. She is a large mammal keeper at the Toledo Zoo, and boy, do we have some large mammals behind us. We're at the giraffe exhibit. Tell us a little bit about the exhibit here.
It's a mixed species exhibit. We have giraffe and some little antelopes and some gazelles and different things out there, and they all live together.
In perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony.
Kind of like if we were to go to Africa and take a drive through, we might see all of these animals existing together, yeah?
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more specifically about the giraffes. How many are there here?
We have 7 giraffe. We have Rocket, he's our breeding male. We have Franklin, who's our youngest male. And then the rest are females.
Okay.
Except for Eugene.
Eugene's the baby.
Eugene is our baby.
How old is Eugene now?
Eugene's 3 months old.
3 months
old. He was born
old.
January 17th.
And he's grown a bit, huh?
He's over 300 pounds already. He's around 8 feet tall.
Oh my goodness. And how tall do they get when they're full grown?
They're around 17 or 18 feet.
Oh, so he does still have a lot of growing
yet to do.
Yeah. So what does it take to care for these animals on a regular basis?
You got to be real calm and quiet and very patient with them because they're a prey species, so they're afraid of almost everything. So you just got to take your time with them, wait for them to decide they're ready to do something, and you just move on with your day with them.
Yeah, they're pretty gentle.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah. And they have these long black tongues? Dark colored
purplish, yeah.
Purplish tongues.
So when they're browsing in the wild on the trees, their tongue's out of their mouth most of the time. So they don't get sunburned with it being a dark color like that.
What an interesting fact. I had no idea that's why their tongues were that color. But what do they eat mostly?
Here at the zoo, they eat hay and grain, much like a horse.
Okay.
They get some produce. They eat a lot of lettuce in the summer at our feed deck. Apples and carrots they really like. They eat lots of crackers for training. That's kind of their favorite thing.
Oh, it's like a treat,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yes. And talk us through some of that training, what you do with them here.
Most of them are trained to do footwork. Some of them are trained for blood draw. We do that in their neck. Michelle is trained for it. She's a plasma donor for the giraffe. If there's a giraffe close by that needs plasma, a baby giraffe, we can send plasma to anyone that needs it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, so you have to work with them so they get comfortable
Yes.
with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like humans, going to the doctor isn't our favorite thing, is it?
Right, yeah. Being a prey species, they're afraid of everything and nervous all the time. So it takes a lot of training and a lot of patience also to be able to do that and touch them and stick a needle in their neck and everything else.
Right. What beautiful animals, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
What do you love about the giraffes?
I like their slow movement and their calm. They're most of the time they're calm and just quietness.
What
just makes you peaceful.
It does, yeah. You're like, oh, okay, let's move slow, just kind of chill and relax, yeah. And what have you noticed so far about Eugene? Is he fitting in? Is he kind of spunky? What's he like?
He hasn't had a chance to be too spunky because he hasn't been on exhibit yet. But I think when he goes out in the grass, he's just going to be a total menace out there. He and Franklin are going to run and play and have a good time together.
And have a great time. They're incredible to see their stature when you're up close with them like that. But people can come see them all the time here at the zoo right now. They had been staying inside during the winter, but it's starting to warm up a little, so we're going to see them out and about some more.
We're just waiting for the weather to start cooperating.
Yes, absolutely, and they like probably being outside too, don't they? They like that warmer weather.
Yeah, being out in the sun.
But, over the years, it seems like you've grown the herd.
7 is about the most we've had.
Yes.
We have Maasai and reticulated. The 2 older ladies, Michelle and Ellie, are Maasai, and the others are reticulated.
And what are there's differences there in the species, I guess? Yeah.
It's the color, the pattern, the size. Lily is a reticulated, Eugene's mom, and she's a little bit shorter and wider, and the Maasai are taller and thinner.
Yeah, I see the different color. It seems like some are darker where the white patches are, where the lighter patches are. Yeah, okay. And then do they all have a unique pattern on them, or do they? And then pretty much
kind of do.
Yeah.
If you stand and look, sometimes you can see, like when you look at the clouds and you see shapes, you can see them in their patterns. Michelle right here, the one with her tongue hanging out, I think she has a stick figure on her chest. When she turns around, you can see it. Other ones, Ellie, she has like the old radioactive sign you would see on the side of buildings when you went for the bomb shelter or whatever.
So you've gotten really to know these animals for sure. Yeah, about how much time do you spend with them here?
Some days it's 2 or 3 hours, one-on-one with them when we're doing a lot of training. Mostly it's just in the morning when I'm cleaning them and shifting them around the barn.
I imagine cleaning is maybe not your favorite job of all of them.
It's the job that takes up the most time. It's job security.
How about that? That's for sure. Well, thank you so much for all of this great information about these giraffes. They really are beautiful, and we can't wait to see Eugene continue to grow and grow. So she mentioned Michelle, the giraffe with the tongue hanging out of her mouth. Now, I asked her a little bit more about that. She said that she had a jaw injury. She's about 25 years old.
Oh, wow.
So when she was much younger, she had a jaw injury and lost part of her jaw.
Oh.
So, but she did say, she's like, she actually can hold her tongue in her mouth perfectly fine. She just doesn't feel like it, and she actually enjoys the attention too.
She's just silly.
So you can see Eugene for yourself. He is officially going on full exhibit this Saturday from 10:15 to 1:30. There's going to be some keeper talks, crafts and activities, plus giraffe-themed treats and merchandise. But there's a big asterisk here. Keep an eye on the zoo's website and social media pages because the event could be rescheduled for May 2nd in the event of rain or if temperatures are below 60 degrees. So, Kaylee, just a heads up on that. I think 70 is the high on Saturday, but these giraffes, clearly they're used to being in an African climate. So they're very sure and careful to make sure they don't go out if it is below 60 degrees.
Well, good news is we're not tracking any rain, knock on wood, as of now. But yeah, like you said, we're forecasting those 70s, so it's going to be one of those like last minute decisions, like if it's 59 degrees, like what are they going to do at 10 o'clock in the morning? So
just pay attention to their website, the zoo's website, and the social media pages, because again, that rescheduled date would be for May 2nd. But it was so cool getting to hang out with them. I got to feed, they ate a lot of romaine.
Did they?
They were hungry.
That's their favorite kind of lettuce, apparently.
Apparently, and they loved it. And they, as she said, very docile, very gentle, slow moving. But I didn't know, like she said, they're afraid of everything, which I didn't really know. So I learned that too.
That's why I like giraffes so much. They're just so chill and just so scared of a lot of things.
Scared of a lot of things. But yeah, it was a whole lot of fun, and you'll have to make sure that you get out at some time over the course of the summer. As things warm up, you'll be able to see all the giraffes.
Love that. That's a fun little trip right there.
Yeah.